Hi, I'm Ellen Wolf. Today I will be giving a informative speech on hippotherapy. For those of you who are not familiar with hippotherapy, it is a Greek-oriented word coming from hippo and therapy. It is very similar to therapeutic riding. Hippotherapy started out in Europe and has slowly made its way over into the United States. It has it is a medical treatment strategy that uses the rhythm and movement of a horse to help patients with developmental disorders. Such disorders can be children with autism, Down syndrome, Asperger's, cerebral palsy, anything, language disorders, head injuries, any motor coordination movements, anybody that been car accident, motorcycle accident, pretty much anything that speech therapy, hippotherapy, therapeutic riding have been medically proven to help people, children, and adults out with their symptoms and their medical disorders. Um, I am, this is something that I have helped out and volunteered with since I was a child. There's a place in Tobaccoville, North Carolina called Riverwood. I would go out once a week and help volunteer out there. It's amazing to be able to watch firsthand how truly beneficial this is for people. You it's a team therapy. It's a team playing field. Basically, you have your therapists, you have your volunteers who help out the people who need the help, and you have the people themselves who are trying to do better and learn better and become better. It's very rewarding to be able to watch. One thing that it can help with is children with autism, for instance, who don't know how to quite communicate with other people. And with this large animal, they're able to communicate. They're able to see that, hey, I can tell this horse what to do by my leg movements. Riding a horse is a very rhythmic motion. A horse has a 3-axle pelvis range as a human does. You get into this motion, you're swaying back and forth, you're going back and forth, you're doing exercises to where you put your arms out and you wave them around, or you have a ball up above your head and you're holding this above your head. You're having to use your lower body movement to be able to sway and keep in rhythmic with this horse. This is something that can come in handy with people who have been in accidents, people who have muscular dystrophy, and you're using your leg muscles to be able to direction the horse on which way to go. You want the horse to go right, you use your leg muscles and you tell them which way you want them to go. This is a core connection too, in a sense. This is mind and body with the rider, with the horse. You become one, in a sense. It has been investigated, the effectiveness of hippotherapy. There were 2 young women, 18 and 21 years of age. This also goes to show you how largely hippotherapy and therapeutic riding can work for people. These 2 young girls were exposed to sexual assault during their childhood. They observed serious motor limitation, coordination disorders, suspicious muscle spasms, and postural disorders as thoracic and cervical kyphosis. Sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce these medical terminations. These 2 girls had undergone 20 sessions of hippotherapy lasting 30 minutes each, and at the end of these therapy sessions, they had observed improvements in posture by 30%, coordination by 80%, and body balance, socially, and self-confidence by over 50%. This, among with mental diseases, most frequently the patients, even with eating disorders and treatment, can be effective when it comes to hippotherapy. A lot of people ask, Why are horses used? Horses provide, like I said, that rhythmic motion that stimulates the anterior and posterior swinging motions. You gain that balance. You gain that posture as well. Posture, as your grandparents always tell you. Sit up while you eat. You need to sit up straight. Posture determines everything. At job interviews, posture. How you portray yourself is how people look at you. The horse and those around you provide a large spectrum of sensory and motor input. These large animals, you have to use your posture. You have to sit up straight. They can sense it. Any type of, wrong movement, these horses can sense, and they will go in the wrong direction, which of course what the volunteers are there for. But this can show the rider, the correct way to do so. Hippotherapy refers to how occupational therapy and physical therapy is speech-language pathology. Professionals use evidence-based practice and clinical reasoning in the purposeful manipulation of horse movement. Sorry, it's just a lot to go over, but hippotherapy can shorten recovery times. It improves balance and muscle control of a patient. A horse gait affects the bones of a patient's pelvic and girdle twice more strongly than the gait of a patient. Getting in a horse and a gait, of course, is a type of speed. There's a lope, there's a gait, there's a gallop. It depends on the horse's speed. A gait is what I like to call, I guess, a two motion run, a gait. And when you're going in that movement, your pelvis gets that movement as well. You gain that muscle in your pelvis, you gain the muscle in your legs, you gain the muscle in your core as well. And it's great to be able, and speech therapy, you talk to the horse, and it goes a long way to not only riding, but we also would have people come in and do the brushing. Grooming is a daily routine as well. You learn to groom the horse. You have to clean out their hooves. You can brush their hair and their mane, and that can help with the speech therapy, because being able to do that with an animal, knowing that you're not being judged in return, and knowing that there is someone there helping you to understand what's going on, is a great way as well that speech therapy can come a long ways with hippotherapy. Hippotherapy is something that I would love for everyone to be involved in, even if it's just watching a video on YouTube or going out once a week and volunteering for 30 minutes. It's a great learning experience too, to sit here and watch how beneficial this truly is for people. I hope I was able to answer as many questions as I can, and I hope y'all have a wonderful night.